Good day, folks. We're now at the end of the third week, so we've completed 50% of the class, and we're starting on week number 4. What should you be working on this week? Reflection, due June 15th, quiz, June 8th, and current event presentation for the week ending June 12th, which is this coming up week, so there's really a lot going on in the next few days. The quiz on June 8th, it needs to be completed by 11:59 on June 8th, okay, which is Monday. I've made it available now for those of you that want to get it done early. So it's available from now till 11:59 on June 8th. Once you start, though, you need to finish, so allocate your time appropriately. Allow yourself at least 2 to 3 hours to complete. Don't try to start it at 11 o'clock on June 8th because you'll be up quite late. It will cover modules 1, 2, and 3. Draft your responses in Word and then paste into Canvas. That'll probably be the easiest to let you organize, check your spelling, and your grammar. The depth and specificity are key. When you see some of these questions, I don't want you to respond with generalities and platitudes. I want you to look at the question and what is it really asking. Some of them are fairly straightforward, but others of them need you to think. Okay, so what is going on? So I'm trying to get you to think and to put some of your thoughts down on paper. The quiz is worth 17 points or 17% of your grade. So when you're looking at how much to write and the depth that you're going to have, look at the points, okay? And balance that. But do be thorough and be deep. So that is a key thing for that quiz. So that's what you need to know there. Current events presentation, which is next. At this point, I do believe that everyone should have an article and you should have your discussion presentation ready to go at this point. This is worth 12% of your grade, so there needs to be depth there. The instructions are laid out, and what these are intended to do is to create a presentation that we can engage in a discussion and or dialogue. So what I'd like to do is if you could provide me with a couple of times you're available this week, any times really between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. Can work. So just, tell me when you want to do it, and we do need to get these done today, this week, so that we can move on to the second phase. Now, in addition to making your presentation, you need to participate and be engaged with others. Not always as easy to do when we're on this online learning mode, but it's clearly possible. So you really have 2 options, if you will. One is when people are making their presentations and we're engaging in that discussion, that you come to those. Okay? So you could come to 4 of the presentations, or any mix of them, or if you're not there, you have to review and comment, engage in dialogue on 4 presentations. So you need to look at 4 different presentations, either at a real-time basis or afterwards in a written dialogue. Now, I will post the times and Zoom invites of the presentations. You need to be present and participate in the discussion if you're selecting that mode. You can do 1, 2, 3, whatever works for you. A mix of them is fine too. But really, coming to the presentation is actually the easiest thing to do, and you'll probably get more out of it, and the topics are fascinating. I'll also post them. If you do not participate, you need to review the discussion, engage in a virtual dialogue with the presenters. And they need to be substantive comments or questions. A responsive good job is simply not enough. Okay? You can acknowledge that, but you got to have some depth there. And that's worth 8 points or 8% of your grade. So it is an important thing to do, but I think more importantly, it's going to be a really good learning experience. The articles that you have are what I'll say cutting edge, right on what's going on in the world today, what the impact of COVID is, what the impact of the tensions we have in our society today. So I think will be interesting for you. And we need to have this done by June 22nd. Okay, so I'm just sort of laying this out. This week we do the recording more or less, and then the following week you do the comments, and then we're done with that piece. Wow, that's all I can say. The first reflection was just so many of you shared and really took the time to think and reflect and come to a better realization of who you are. And I got to say, some of you guys knocked my socks right off. I was just so pleased and excited that you took the time. I could see that you have learned. And I think I put a few quotes up here for you to look at, but I think it does become important. Yeah, it's a humbling process, but to find out why we think, why we say and do certain things can help us better ourselves. So I feel like I've gotten to know all of you fairly well. I probably should do a reflection too and share that with you, which I guess I'm going to do that. Reflection 2, that's due June 15th. Again, watch the video before completing. It's about you, not just answering questions. What's the area of focus? What did you learn about yourself? How do you feel? What do you do well? What can you do better? How can you use this information to prepare for your future? And then ask, were you honest or respond based on what you think you did? Or did you respond based on what you may perceive that I'm looking for? Because what I'm looking for is for you to do a self-reflection. This time, I want everybody to use a PowerPoint Prezi, and I want you to do an audio and video. Most of you already did this, but for those of you that did not do it in a PowerPoint format, I need you to do it that way. It works so much better. This is my learning and continuous improvement. The audio you guys put in again, and the video, just super. So if you would do that again, that would be great. So thank you for participating, and I look forward to meeting with you and doing our presentations this week. If you have any questions, please let me know.